All right, y'all, welcome back to Belgian Beer and Beats, episode number 8.
Don't forget Chicago. Oh, I got a friend.
Now, this is a very special episode. I never thought this day would come, but today we are in the building, aka the garage, with the beer plug. You may also know him as Tim. Is that his real name? I don't know. You will never know. So with that being said, we have a very special beer. Because he's the plug, he found something that I've never had before, and that is the Westmalle Extra. Only the monks drink this, and the plug drinks it. With that being said, man, we have the OG, the man that put me on game. Tim. Cheers, sir.
Cheers, bro.
So tell us about what we're drinking today, Tim.
So we're actually drinking the Westmalle Extra, which is the same exact beer that the monks drink. And they drank it, that's the original recipe, and they made that recipe for them to drink so they don't get so messed up. What people should take into consideration is that you gotta open and broaden your horizons when you're drinking beer. Enjoy the flavor. This isn't a chugging beer. This isn't something to slam down, do shotguns out. This is something to sit, chill, relax, enjoy yourself, enjoy the beer, the flavors, the artistry that went into making this beer. And it's one of the fundamentals of actually, having a good time and enjoying what you're drinking and enjoying what you're paying for.
Talk about the glass, man, because you were talking about the artistry of Westmalle, and these are like 1,000-year-old recipes, but the glass as well. Now, does the glass have something to do with?
It's specifically made to drink this type of beer. It's more like a goblet, and it allows you to drink the beer without the body heat from your hand, making your beer warm, souring the beer, changing the flavors on it. But this beer is also meant to be drank at cellar temperature. It's not like American beer, we need to mask the flavor, get it 32 degrees to hide all the impurities and the weird flavors that you get if it's drank at regular temperature. And the warmer it gets, if you get it too cold, the more it opens up and flowers like a nice fine wine.
It's interesting because, we talked about it on the show before. Belgium is in the middle of France and Germany, and that is why they kind of have like the history of like German beer, but kind of the methods of the French winemaking. They kind of put the two together and you get some very special product coming out of Belgium. You know what I mean?
Well, a lot of it's also bottled the same way too, right? You're going to get a lot of Trappist ales and beers and Belgian beers that are corked and they have wax on them. It helps seal in the flavor, stop anything from the outside, from the cork getting wet, broken, having any outside, anything contaminating the beer. So. And it was meant for traveling too. You can carry it with you when you would go out and drink, and you would have your glass to drink out of it. And it was not very portable, but it was meant to be enjoyed, and that's how they intended it to be drank, and that's the proper glass to drink with this type of beer.
So that right there is an introduction to most Belgian beers, but especially the Westmalle. Now, we can talk about Belgian beer all day, but what we really came here for, I am in the garage, man. You see it. This is where it goes down. This is where it all started. The reason we are here is to interview the beer plug. Now, all of that you just said was very interesting information. But the people out there, they want to know more about you and why I call you the beer plug. Like, is it because like you got some exclusive that nobody else has seen? Is it because you bootleg stuff from across America and bring it here? Because everybody knows what a plug is, but why don't you tell them why you are the beer plug?
So all of the above. I started, like everybody else does, you start drinking with some friends at an early age before, in America here you have to be 21. You always do something, chase a case, get somebody to get you some beer, you're 16, 15 drinking. you start drinking what you can get your hands on. What you get your hands on is not the highest of quality of anything.
Right.
So you're going to drink the absolute shittiest of the beers, the shittiest of the liquors, because it's cheap, you don't have enough money to spend, you don't know any better. And people will get you that because that's what they're used to drinking as well. A lot of people don't take the time to basically expand their horizons and try different things, but through the course of my alcohol sampling years, you learn really quick that when you get a case of beer, 30 cans of beer for $10, you're literally getting something that you shouldn't be drinking because it's not worth the money, it's not worth the investment or putting that in your body. You can get a nice,
Well, right here.
yeah, a nice Trappist Belgian ale, a lambic for $10-15. People will say that's too expensive, I can't drink that. But yeah, if you're gonna get a really nice clean buzz off of it, real mellow flavor, real mellow buzz, and enjoy what you're drinking, taste all these different natural ingredients instead of drinking some chemically enhanced beverage. It's just like the amount of beer that's out there today, it's shameful that people drink this stuff, and you're paying high prices for very low quality beer just because there's a fancy name on it, some marketing on there that looks appealing. You're wasting your time, money, and you're putting empty calories in you if you really want to look forward to something and enjoying it. So I did the same thing. You would get natural ice, absolutely horrible beer, Coors Light.
You took
Horrible
me
beer.
back with that one, man.
Yeah, we could talk about all the old school stuff. We were doing 40s. I
Red Dog.
Hands, Red Dog,
Mad Cobra.
Dog.
Mad Dog, Cobra, Old English, 3 of the Little Kings. Yeah, all that stuff. Mickey's Wide Mouth.
Oh my
I
god.
would never touch that shit again. I would never drink that stuff. It's absolutely horrible. If that's all the money you got, if you're gonna get a 79-cent 40 ounce, I would save my money.
Like, we're not necessarily hating on those products because obviously it's like a phase that you go through as a youngster to develop your taste buds and acquire a refined taste. But like, let's be honest here, as grown men and adults, I think there comes a time when you need to step your game up. And obviously the beer plug here stepped his game up a long time ago. He's like a mentor to me when it comes to fine beer and bourbon, which we'll get into later. But what the people really want to know is I don't think you answered the question. They want to know, why are you the beer plug, man? Like, how many people have you influenced to drink Westmalle? How many people have you influenced to drink?
So here's the best way to put it. Here's the best way to
I
put
want to
it.
know why.
Because when I got sick and tired of drinking MGD, Miller Lite, it's the same flavor. You get a headache, you feel like crap after drinking it. You'll drink a case of it and you just regret everything you did. I wanted to look for something that I could pay a decent amount of money, enjoy my investment, and not wake up with a hangover or feel absolutely horrible. When you taste the difference in the alcohol you're drinking, and you can taste the craftsmanship, the amount of love and all of the time that was put into perfecting something like that, you will respect it and you would want to share it with everybody else. Because no one's going to go to the store and be like, what's the most expensive beer I can buy with my money? And I didn't look at it that way either. I was like, what is a new beer that I can try and enjoy? And you try some duds, you would get something that was just like, this wasn't good. But when I got something that was good, I would tell my friends, hey, we need to try this, you need to try this. This tastes like cherries, this tastes like, drinking vanilla. And when they would try, I'd be like, oh my god, you're right. Then when they'd ask, how much is that? I'd be like, it was $9-10. Oh, that's not bad. And then some people are like, that's too expensive. I'd rather stick to my, $10 for 30 cans of beer because I can get totally drunk. Yeah, and time travel, forget what you did the night before, throw up on everybody. That's not what I want to do.
That's not what we want to do. So, where we're trying to go with this interview is we want to get to the plug name. The plug, like real talk, y'all, the plug doesn't want to answer the plug question because the plug will never reveal his face. The plug will never reveal his voice. The plug will never reveal his garage. We are in the middle of I don't even want to say what side of Chicago we're on. We might be on the south side. We might be on the west side. But the knowledge that the plug gives and the gifts he provides are like none other. So what we're trying to go with this is we want to know the details about your bootlegging history, about how you cross borders, because that we might have to get into the bourbon because we know about the Belgian beer. He travels a lot to Wisconsin. He travels a lot to Indiana, throughout the city. I mean, sometimes, like even myself, he told me, you got to search for that. You can't just show up and expect it to be there. You got to look around for it. So what we're trying to get at, are you a bootlegger? Yes or no? Do you travel to Kentucky? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wow.
I will travel wherever I can go to find exclusives, and it's more of a passion to try new things, learn about it, enjoy it, and share it, because there's a lot of alcohol that still doesn't cross borders in the United States, as some may think you can get anything from anywhere. There's a lot of states that do not export their alcohol into different states. So you can actually go to different states and find things that you can't find in Chicago.
Okay, people. What we're talking about here, your man, DJ Real One, I just flew to Germany. I went to 10 different stores. Shout out my guy Chip Force. We went all over the place to find Bärenjager. It's available in the US, but I couldn't even find this in Germany. I don't know where the hell you're finding this at.
And it comes from the motherland.
But it is there.
It's hard to find. Some retailers will carry it, and there's a premium for it. But if you enjoy honey and bourbon or honey and tea, these are probably the most highly regarded flavored bourbons that I would suggest people drink.
So a quick question, because a lot of people out there watching might not know what a bourbon is, because even myself, is bourbon something that needs to be distilled in Louisville, Kentucky? Or like you call this a bourbon, like can you explain a bourbon versus like a Bärenjager?
What makes bourbon a bourbon is any mash that's at least 51% corn. And you can taste the sweetness from the corn in some of the bourbon, depending on how it was created, how it was distilled. And then they also do refinement in the bourbon, where they will take additional staves, which is additional pieces of the oak, and toast it and char it and throw it in the barrel with the mash. So it will absorb more flavors, and you will taste a higher, depending on what flavors were in there, leather, earthiness, nuttiness, chocolate, whatever. So bourbon has a special place in my heart, where you can try so many different variants of it and still be surprised with how they can create such a flavor with something sitting in a barrel for 5 years. And the higher the percentage, the cask strength, there's all different variants of it. People like a smooth bourbon, they like a harsh bourbon. Me particularly, I want something that's going to burn everything on the way in and all the way down.
So with that being said, what is your personal favorite bourbon?
I would go, if I'm going to do an everyday bourbon, I love 1792.
Do you have that on the table or no?
No, it's not on the table, but we do have several bottles of it in the basement.
We will go to the basement in a few minutes. Just stay tuned.
And if I were to drink something on a special occasion, I love Blanton's. Blanton's is a very, very good bourbon, not easily found, very high in price now. I used to drink it back in 2010. I'd get a bottle for $35. Now you can't touch it for $80, if you find it at MSRP. Because then you get people who like to gouge and buy as many as they can, turn around and sell it for double, $130, $160 just for a bottle that should be sold. In my eyes, $35 is a beautiful price for any type of bourbon, but now you're not paying for that anymore.
Let me ask you a question, 2 questions. You just told us your favorite bourbon, but what is the rarest bourbon you've ever drank? Is it a Blanton's or is it something else?
No.
Something that is very hard to find, maybe something, or have you not tried it yet? Maybe you have it downstairs that
Oh, I have it. I've had it before. It's a Pappy Van Winkle Lot B 15-year bottle.
Big flex, y'all.
Very good bourbon. Definitely overpriced. Retail / street tail. you're paying a premium through the nose. $1,500 minimum, $3,000 on the high end.
So did you buy it MSRP?
I got it for MSRP. One of the rare occasions where you can find a decent bourbon for MSRP, and it was $100.
It's not bad, man. It's not bad. So that is his favorite bourbon. You will never find it. You will never try it. There might be one viewer that has it and tried it. So shout out to you. We're talking everything today. We're talking beer. We're talking bourbon. What I would like to ask next is, what is your favorite? We're gonna go brand for brand, or we're gonna go country to country. So what is your favorite? We're gonna start with the Belgium since we have them here. I know mine, but what is your favorite Belgian beer that you've ever had?
Something that you can't find anymore. Last time I had it was probably about 12 years ago. It's called Bärenjager. And then the secondary would have been Affligem, and it's very hard to find that if you can find it.
Yeah.
So it looks like a lot of beers are not making their way over here anymore. And if you do find them, you're paying a premium for it.
True. Okay, that's good. If you see the Meridos or the Affligem, go try to search it. Everything we're naming today, we're just giving you tips because what's happening right now is we are in the midst of a legendary beer, bourbon connoisseur. He knows his shit. He's not a sommelier, but in my eyes, he is a sommelier because he knows his alcohol very well, but he knows how to smell it. He knows how to taste it. He knows how to look at it. And you also need to be aware that there is something you're looking at here. There is sediment in these glasses. The sediment is not a scary thing. Don't be scared of it. It is a good thing. That means it's all natural.
That's why when you hear for American beers triple refined, right, that means they're just clearing it out of all of the extra flavor bits.
And they're clearing it out so they want it to sit on the shelf for years.
It's also very common to put additives, coloring. Right. A beer should be exactly how it looked like when you were mashing it and putting it into fermentation process. It comes out the way that it looks.
We don't want to. We're going to get into that later. We're going to talk some stuff about some people. So we don't want to talk yet. Before we do that, we want to finish this. What is your favorite German beer? Because this man right here is half German. So we want to know his favorite German beer. This is the biggest question of the show.
Tough question because you look for seasons, and I'm thinking about what I would drink to enjoy in the summer versus winter, fall, and all around good beer. I mean, there's heavy German beers. It's like eating a loaf of bread.
so
it's nice in the winter time.
So like if you had to pick one, let's say Chicago fall. Like not Oktoberfest, like let's say something you could drink in the summer or the fall, like both.
Well, I would, if you're gonna match it up that way, I would have to go with a Hackham Shore or
Franzi.
Franziskaner is gonna be top number one, but a lot of people don't know what it is, and it's hard to find now if you can find it. I know Benny's carries it, but not all Benny's carries it. But liquor stores don't really carry it that often, but it's a very nice, not light, it's a Hefeweizen, so you got a very rich, earthy, like bread flavor, bread notes, weedy, delicious. It's like drinking a meal out of a bottle, but you will keep going back for more. And that you can, me personally, I can finish a case. with just sitting.
Let me tell you guys something. You've seen my episodes before, Belgian beer. Number one, before we continue on, I want to thank everyone for joining us because we're getting in the thick of things, and there's only a few like beer connoisseurs like ourselves that watch these episodes. So if you're watching, thank you so much because we're about to get into it. And what he just said, he was talking about different notes and different flavor profiles, and not a lot of people know about that. They don't know how to smell the beer. They don't know how to taste it. You got your hazy IPAs, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. I don't want to get into that just yet because I have one more question before we talk that street trash talk. I'm trying not to curse too much on here.
I'm getting excited because I want to talk that trash.
Let me be honest with you. He only agreed to this interview if he can talk about IPAs. No disrespect to anybody that drinks IPAs, but it's about to go down. So if you are not into that, you might want to tune out right now. So what's next for the man? What's next for the plug? The Cigar Life. So now he introduced me to the Cigar Life, and we are going to show you some exclusive cigars in a minute. What is your favorite cigar?
My favorite cigar, which you can't get anymore, it was by CAO. It was made in the Brazilian rainforest.
I'm sorry to laugh, man. Can you rewind that?
Yeah.
Rewind that back, man. Rewind that back. Did you just say you had a cigar made in the Brazilian rainforest?
Exactly, yep. It was
Bro,
Grown
like
in the forest.
this, man. I'm out, man.
You need to come back. We still got a lot to talk about, son.
Okay, I'm gonna put the hat back on. So, this man right here, this man just told me he smoked a cigar that was rolled and the leaf was from the Brazilian rainforest, and I almost had to shut it down because that is so exclusive. And what he's about to do right now,
It was the CAO Amazon Basin.
you're joking, right?
Nope, that's exactly what it is. So I have purchased a box when it came out in 2017, 2018, I think it was, maybe 2019. Purchased a box, I still have 4 left. It tastes like no other cigar I've ever had. I have Cubans, I have your higher end Opus X's, I've had Davidoffs, I've had everything. And this is one of the finest cigars that I've smoked and enjoyed. And I still have a few left, and I wouldn't mind sharing it with my buddy over here.
Because he is the plug, he will share his cigar with me, man. So on that note, we need to smoke an Amazonian. Am I saying that right?
It's an Amazon Basin by CAO.
We are going to smoke an Amazon Basin cigar, but you are not going to see that because the plug will not show you the label on that. You got to find it yourself. So if you enjoyed this video, man, shout out the plug. I am DJ Real One, and I'm just here to just have fun with it, man. Belgian beer, German beer, good bourbon. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Plug, appreciate you.
That's what I'm here for. We gotta represent, make sure people understand what it is to drink real good spirits.
German heritage, Belgium heritage. Thank y'all for joining us, man. And we are going to continue to party in the basement. Peace, y'all.
I've got so many. I've got a friend. I've got so many.